Amy doesn't like surprises. And that makes it, I do like surprises. I think everybody likes surprises. And so if I'm trying to plan Amy's birthday, I'm wanting to have some sort of element of surprise, but she does not want to be surprised. She wants to know where you're going, what the big deal is. So, there's a long story that I'd love to tell on this podcast one day about how I met and had a drink with George Strait on a weekend with my wife, and she happened to miss the whole thing.
What?
Went to Key West several years ago. It was me and Amy, her sister and husband, and another couple from Texas. So 6 of us from Texas. And all of those people were big George Strait fans. George happened to be in Key West recording a record. There's a small, tiny recording studio. You wouldn't even know it was there, right in downtown. So around lunch, accidentally, me and my friend Billy, who's with us, one of the guys on the trip, got split up from the rest of the group. So me and Billy are wandering. We're wandering around Key West the rest of the day looking for them, and they are wandering around Key West looking for us. Literally the whole day. And we went to the house twice. Nobody's there where we were staying. We went to all the bars we thought they might be, and we kept missing them, but we never saw them all day long, hours and hours and hours. And we had dead cell phones and no cell phones, so there wasn't like this obvious way to reach out and connect. And we couldn't get into the house because we didn't have the key. It was just a mess. So we spend the whole day wandering around Key West like, hey, man, we'll find them eventually, right? It's not that big of a place. We end up going back to this bar called Schooner Wharf. It's an open area bar, and we sit down. It's late. It's like 10:30, 11 o'clock, and we're tired, and we're just going to wait. Soon enough, they're going to come here. Soon enough. This is kind of the last place we always end up. Right there sits George Strait, having a drink. And so I told Billy, I said, man, maybe I know he hunted with Dad. I know he knows Dad. And as we're kind of having that conversation, he looks over, and his son's with him. And his son walks over and goes, hey, Dad, would like to have a drink, hang out.
So they approached you.
Yeah. And I was like, of course, you dang right. George Strait, you bet. And so we sat down with George. We took a picture. We talked. He told me about hunting with Dad, and we had a beer. While this is happening, it dawned on us, if George's son was okay with it, we could use his phone to text the picture to them, for our wives. And we did. So we send them the picture on his phone. We're like, man, we ain't got our phones. They're at home. We got to find our family. And if we could use your phone, we'll send this picture that we just took of George Strait and us to them. We do that. George stays for another couple minutes. Says, all right, I'm going to head home. Thanks, George. Appreciate it. Appreciate George's son for helping us, all that. And he leaves. As soon as they walked out, literally moments later, here comes our gang. Wide open, loud. Where's George? Where y'all been? Barreling into this bar, right?
So they got the picture, clearly.
Yes. And they were out of breath trying to get there fast enough. Where's George? And so he's gone. He left. What? Are you serious? And then, the tension went from that to this was all our fault.
You messed up.
Where we been?
You messed up.
Where we been? Where we been hiding?
Yeah.
We've been out running around all day.
With George.
With George. And this happened years ago. And it's been an ongoing joke. I have that picture of me and Billy and George Strait in my beach house and for Amy to see every day.
She don't let you live it down.
No, I don't let her live it down.
So
it goes back and forth.
So I have to think you've done something George Strait related?
Yes. So on March the 20th, he plays in Houston. And so I'm taking Amy for her birthday with the same 6 people that were on that Key West trip to see George play. and
cool.
hopefully have a chance to say hello and take a photo
Oh yeah.
with the wives.
You'll
Well,
get it
that's
done.
the hope, right? No, I can't hinge I can't hinge the entire enjoyment of the day on the fact that whether we get to meet him or not. We're just going to go enjoy the concert, and hopefully all that works out. You like that video? Well, you need to listen to the entire podcast. You know it. The Dale Jr. Download is available on all podcast platforms.